Greetings, friends and supporters. My name is Monty McCoy, and I'm the Social Media Director for the Human Rights Defense Center. We are the publisher and parent organization of Prison Legal News and Criminal Legal News magazines, as well as the founder of the Prison Phone Justice, Prison Ecology Project, and Stop Prison Profiteering campaigns. I'm here today with a special message from HRDC regarding a recent major development in our censorship litigation docket. I'll be referencing some live links and external sources, and we'll post those in the comments section at the conclusion of this video. If you believe in the role of the media in a democratic society and the notion of free speech, I hope you can help support it now. For the past 28 years, prison and jail officials have tried to censor prison legal news and now criminal legal news because they don't want the prisoners in their captivity to learn what their rights are. They are mad that we report on their corruption and misconduct, and because we continuously report and expose the brutal, corrupting, dehumanizing nature of the American gulag with every issue we publish. No one claims that what we publish is not true or exaggerated. Unlike, say, the New York Times, we have never retracted a story. The facts we report are all true and verifiable, and that appears to be part of the problem why the government dislikes PLN and CLN so much. As a publisher, HRDC is second to none when it comes to challenging prison and jail censorship. We have an excellent track record of winning censorship cases, though alas, it is not a perfect record. Last week, the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals upheld the censorship of PLN by the Florida Department of Corrections in a caustic and vitriolic opinion, which you can read in the comments below. This adverse ruling was reported by the mainstream news media, which will also be shared in the comments section. The Florida prison system has censored PLN since 2003, claiming that some of our advertising content poses a threat to prison security. After we filed suit, the FDOC started delivering PLN again in 2005, literally on the day of trial. Our lawsuit was then dismissed as moot after FDOC officials claimed they would not censor us again based on our ad content. Not surprisingly, they lied. In 2009, they began censoring us again on the purported basis of our stamp, pen pal, and discount phone service ads, something that no other prison or jail in the U.S. does or has done. We again filed suit, and after a trial in 2015, U.S. District Court Judge Mark Walker ruled against us on the censorship issue. He did rule that our due process rights were violated when we were not informed of the censorship by FDOC. We appealed Judge Walker's decision, and last week, after more than 2 years, the 11th Circuit upheld it. With no sense of irony, Judge Carnes, who headed the Alabama Attorney General's Capital Punishment Unit, defending that state's death penalty before being appointed to the federal bench by President George H.W. Bush, quoted Oscar Wilde. Wilde, of course, himself served time in prison, where he suffered medical neglect which later killed him. He was also denied reading materials, as well as being denied the ability to send mail. After his release from prison, Wilde became an advocate for prison reform based on the brutality and cruelty he witnessed. He penned the famous Ballad of Reading Jail about his time behind bars. We'll post a link to that poem in the comments section. HRDC's voice is not the only one at issue in this case. A number of law professors filed a friend of the court brief on our behalf in this case. So too did a number of media organizations and retired corrections professionals, which the 11th Circuit refused to allow, which is very unusual in federal appeals. Why wouldn't a court want to hear what the media has to say about a free speech case? And why wouldn't the views of corrections professionals with hundreds of years of collective experience managing prisons be relevant in a case where 50 other prison systems do not censor PLN and CLN based on ad content? You can read the briefs the court refused to read and the one it did when we post live links in our comments section. According to a statement from HRDC Executive Director Paul Wright, I have read every First Amendment case decided by the U.S. Supreme Court and most of the federal appellate courts over the past 40 years, and a lot of the older ones. This case is one of the fiercest attacks on the free press and the media that I have ever seen. It is unheard of to censor a magazine for advertisements for services that are not only lawful and legal, but which HRDC does not even provide. Why are the ads in PLN and CLN so important? Because like most media publications, our subscription rates alone do not cover the cost of publishing the magazines. Like every other publication, we rely on advertisers to help fund and subsidize our editorial content and allow us to keep our subscription rates low for prisoner subscribers, as well as inform them about services they may find useful. But this attack is directed specifically at PLN. Publications with liquor, car, or credit card ads, or even guns, are not censored by the FDOC, though prisoners can't have any of those advertised items either. Since 2009, we have been fighting to ensure that prisoners in Florida can receive and read our books and magazines. Our attorneys and legal team have spent thousands of hours, including going to trial, fighting to win this case and vindicate HRDC's First Amendment rights and those of our readers and advertisers. We have spent an enormous amount of time and money fighting this case against an incredibly brutal and corrupt prison system. How brutal and corrupt is it? Read some of our recent coverage of abuses in the FDOC in the comments section below. These are the types of articles that Florida prisoners are not being allowed to read. They also reflect the reality that Florida prisoners are living. Are we really surprised that a prison system whose guards scald and beat prisoners to death with impunity are also hostile to the media that reports on such abuses? I want to appeal to you to please make a donation to help support us in this fight. We have not given up. We are going to seek review by the U.S. Supreme Court at additional time and expense. We have been able to fight this fight for the past 9 years thanks to the support we have received from people like you. People who value the First Amendment and who believe that a free press has a role to play in our democracy, which is also the world's largest jailer. With your help, we can still win this battle. The Human Rights Defense Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and donations are tax exempt to the extent allowed by the IRS. You can offer your support right now at www.prisonlegalnews.org/donate. Your donation will help us further our mission of advocating for reform of our nation's criminal justice system and protecting the rights of people held in U.S. detention facilities. We encourage you to visit our websites at prisonlegalnews.org, criminallegalnews.org, and humanrightsdefensecenter.org for more information on who we are and what we do. There you can also subscribe to our magazines, visit our bookstore, and sign up for our free 5-day-a-week email newsletter. Thank you for your time and interest in this video today.